Welcome, my little stars, to another episode of If Mafiafell by the darkpetal16. We are going after Don Wingeding's route, aka the eldest brother, because you guys voted in a poll and I stupidly let you have the vote. Hey. Oh well. Either way, it has been quite an experience. He's definitely proving to be the creepiest one out of all of them. Now, how this is structured is simply, if you've watched my If Underfell series, you'll be aware that after playing through it once, going through Sans' route, what I did after that was only cover the parts where the character for that particular romance route we were going after appeared. That ain't gonna work in Mafiafell. You see, the scenes are way too small and you just get really small episodes, so... And we might miss some extra stuff like information about said brother. So... what we're going to do is, of course, me cover the whole chapter. I'll only cut out pieces that I find are repetitive or stuff I can easily summarize really quickly in a small sentence. Now, before we get to the chapter, which of course you can easily skip forward, there'll be a timestamp above or below the video, so you can just jump to go watch the chapter if you want to not listen to me talk here. What I'm going to do now is respond to the comments left on my first episode for Wingeding's Gaster's route for If Mafiafell, as well as the one for Sans' newest episode that I posted as well. So I'm going to respond to 2 sets of comments in this. So this could be a little bit longer. If you don't want to get spoiled with anything, just skip forward or go back and watch some other episodes. But if you have not seen... If Mafiafell before, head back to the very first episode, Mundane, because it sets up the world, the plot, the characters, and etc. before you get into like chapter 2, where you can choose whichever character you want to like go after, or if you want to go friendship route. Did I cover everything? Hopefully I did. If I didn't, I'm sorry. That aside, let's get on with it, shall we? This bit here is, of course, to the Gaster episode. Leah D, aka darkpetal16, our wonderful dev of the game, said the following: "You can never have too many Gasters. I love your skellies." Thank you so much. I'm actually getting really proud of the fact that I'm doodling them all. I'm really excited. I am planning to, for the Underswap series, to not use the sprites I've been using for Sans and Papyrus. I'll be making my own, from... what is it? Chapter 4 onwards, but we'll see. Get dragged. Don't laugh at my misery. Me getting freaking dragged by Wingedings was terrifying. It's Wingeding saying, "Why would you even try?" You just love being a creepy stalker, don't you? It's one of my favourite pastimes. Don't be proud of that. Oh, but why? It's fun seeing your reaction. Moving on. I mean, he's already going, lol. I am not doing anything, shouldn't be. Oh, I love that addition. Yep. Soul color and flower color. Yeah, so what happens is, in one part, Daisy is making a corsage, and she chose purple and blue flowers, which I hadn't noticed before. So what she's actually doing, she's choosing the flowers based on your soul color. Mine is purple, and then she based it on my favorite flower color, which was blue for the daffodil for Gaster's route. You're only safe because I keep you safe. Fair. Well, yes. Again, whenever I'm allowed to control said main character, the only time they're safe is when I allow them to be safe. Otherwise, we do dumb things. Or when they suddenly become sentient and do stupid things. Like antagonize skellies and other characters and then nearly get killed. My goodness. I'm so excited for chapter 3. I'm curious if you'll do the bad ending or not. So, I'm going to start right now for everybody else. I have actually already recorded the route, so you are going to see the episode first, and then I'm going to add a bonus. If there is a bad ending available in that particular section, you will see it. Alright? So I will actually include the bad ending you can unlock for that chapter. Okay? I should probably have a notebook beside me to make sure that I write down everything I've done, because otherwise I'm going to forget what I have and have not covered. Either way, now we're going to head over to the episode I posted yesterday as well, which is for the Sans. So, be right back. Okay, so on this one, Leia D said, aka darkpetal16, also responded to this one and said, "Oh, I adore the tone you have, Sans, here. Very good." Why, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm very good at this. I am very, very experienced at this point. She was talking to me, not to you. And me. My name was mentioned. Sans, go to the corner. Why am I always getting reprimanded? Because he's jealous. He's a jelly bean. Yip, yip. Yes, he's a very, very cute jelly bean. Indeed, so cute, so precious. I hope you get more water. Yeah, I keep running out of water during these. It gets worse. None of you have any idea of how much I had to drink water throughout these routes in Mafiafell. Oh my goodness gracious me. Yes, continue from that. Yes, I am, for those that have only watched Sans' route based on the episodes I've already uploaded, I got a particular ending. Now, with the new episode I uploaded yesterday, I got a different ending because I went back and got everything, and I got a much happier ending. So yeah, I'm going to continue from that save. I made sure that all of the things from the first time I recorded the mundane chapter, all of that is still there. I still got all of the things. The soul color is the same, being white. My favorite flower is the pink daffodil, so on and so forth. Nothing else has changed from that. I kept it identical to what it was in the first save for that one. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh yes, yes, yes. Oh my god. This is what happens when you become Satan and refuse to do so. Oh my god, Twinkle, this poor main character got burned in the same passage as a bad ending. Well, yeah, I mean, someone's got to. Look what happens when the dum-dum is allowed to become Satan and allowed to do whatever they freaking want. Instead of staying calm and rationalizing the situation and remembering Sans is quite a large, quite a very powerful, quite a very easily high-strung character who can easily lose his rag, especially when you do dumb things like, say, not staying put and going off without telling anybody else where you went, where you could have possibly died off screen. He finds out that you apparently were gallivanting around and he smells some random cologne on you. It's understandable, though I do raise the question of why exactly any of them are wearing cologne. Who is Ezreal trying to impress with said cologne? Ezreal, why are you wearing cologne? I mean, yeah, thinking about it, what was the occasion? Was it because we were going to the thing? Was that it? He wanted to impress someone? Was he trying to impress me, or did he just genuinely just want to put on lovely cologne? And question, was it his own cologne or was it his dad's cologne? Anyway. Unconscious. He won't let you wake up, so comatose. Oh my god, that's worse. So that's what happened to us at the end of Sans' one, the bad ending. We're actually unconscious? Well then. I mean, at least I'm alive. Hey, that's a lot better than what happens in Underfell. I just flat out die in that one. At least in this one, I'm still technically alive. Be it not going to wake up, but not going to wake up or forever trapped, you know. Or yeah, pretty much so far. It's not that bad, if I'm honest. At least with Sans, I seem to just be okay. I'll forever be trapped wherever he's going to keep me. I'm just going to be unconscious. It's fine. As long as he feeds me and takes care of me while I'm unconscious, you know, it's fine. So I am curious what the conversation must be when he comes home carrying the unconscious character. He's just like, brother, I return. Is that the human? Yeah. We had a lover's quarrel. And what are you planning to do with him? Oh, I'm just going to keep him unconscious the whole entire time. I'm just going to set up a room, okay? This one's mine. Don't touch. Brother, did you just steal one of my employees? No, brother. This is somebody completely different. This is not the main character. This is just somebody that, weirdly enough, looks close to them. Sans, I haven't seen... A few days later, Sans, I haven't seen the human in quite some time. Are you sure that that's not the one in the bedroom? No. Totally different person, I swear. I feel like he's lying to me. Well, it seems to run in the family. The whole hiding stuff and doing extreme things to people. I'm so proud of him. What have you done? Nothing. Nothing at all. My route is still currently being progressed through. Am I the only normal one in the family? Hey! No need to be so harsh. What can I say? Only the skeletons. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Yeah. Okay, now we go for the chapter. Chapter 3. In the city. Or in this city. You enter your apartment and you kick off your pumps and peel off your pair of white gloves. Remember, always have white gloves. Just in case you need it. You go to the bathroom to wash your face, brush your teeth and change into a short nightdress. Probably should have chose something a little less short since I clearly have somebody lurking about the place. I don't know what you mean. You stretch your arms above your head. Your tired body aches for your bed. You step to your bed, intend on getting a good night's sleep. There's a warm tingle in your chest. Oh no, what's happening now? You breathe out slowly. You turn away from your bed and the sensation stops. Something about my bed. What's wrong with my bed? You frown. You turn back to your bed. There's a warm tingle in your chest. Now you understand. The bed is evil. You grab your blankets and one of your pillows off of the bed. You make yourself a small nest on the couch before laying down. Decide to open your bedroom window all the way, hoping to prevent unnecessary damage. You lay down on the couch and pull up the covers. You are rudely awakened by gunshots. The gunshots are close enough that they make your ears ring. You open your eyes, tiredly sitting up. You glance at your bed. There's a bullet hole in your freaking pillow. How rude. Whoever that was, curse you! Your soul intuition has successfully saved your life again. Your gaze moves around the room. You don't see any other holes in the wall, thankfully. You hope that means the bullets came through the window and the only thing you need to replace is your pillow. More gunshots are heard outside, along with the sound of cars screeching and men shouting. It's been a few months since the last one in this area. You close your pink eyes. Your soul is not reacting. You could go back to sleep if you want. You don't think you are in any immediate danger. Or you can move to the window. Make sure that way you get traumatized by learning reality. Oh, let's just go to the window. Oh, the freaking music made me jump. My wee heart, jeez. Oh. Freaking. You pull off your blanket and you move to sit on your bed and peer out the window. Make sure nobody can see you. You see men rushing inside the apartment building across from you. There are lights on in almost every apartment. Several windows have been smashed through. You see a body hanging partially out of one of the windows. It's too dark to see the details, however. Given that you can see a piece of the window sticking straight through them, it is likely that they are dead. Hello. Guess the party next door got a little bit riley, huh? Oh dear. Well, that is a little bit unfortunate, to say the least. Can I turn down the music a little? Yes, I don't need to be jump scared all the time. You're tired of seeing corpses. Well, maybe he's not really dead. Maybe he's wearing a prop. Maybe... Hey, look, we can't just jump and assume the man is dead. Maybe he's just passed out drunk and maybe the glass isn't really through him. Maybe it's behind him. There are flashes of lights in some of the apartments, men and women fighting with one another. Whoever has the gun wins. Bang, bang, bang. Shot after shot rings out. More cars arrive and a dozen men pouring out of them. Under the lamppost lights, you finally get a good look at who is behind this. The mafia invading are the ones you pay your protection fee to. The Fi. Ugh. Those aren't lower grunts. Not only do they have a green band around their suit hats, but many of them wear green vests over top. The more green a member wears, the higher rank they are. Okay, so literally if they end up looking like a bush or like a green grass man, then I know that they are apparently the head gardener For the Mafia, got it. The Vi family are the gardeners. You see one man grab a woman in the apartment. She screams, scrambling for the fire escape. She shouldn't run. Because as soon as you run, you get hurt. You get killed. For the fire escape out her window, he pulls her to the ground and you don't see her come back up. Does that mean he, like, hog-tied her? Or he beat her up? Or she's dead? She passed out? Oh, dear. A man yells as he is thrown from the 10th floor. Oh, well then. He hits the pavement head first. It's like watching a water balloon pop. Really? Wait, they have water balloons in this time period? Oh my god, that is the perfect thing. I should booby-trap my apartment with water balloons. His head explodes out and coats the men at the street in brain guts and blood. Oh! You should have brought umbrellas, lads. Ugh, gross. Watch wear 'em. You hear men from below yell up at their cohorts in the building and happy to be splattered. The Vi Mafia drag out several young men in the streets. One by one, you see them struggle against their captors. If they struggle too hard, they get socked in the stomach until they go quiet. At least they're still alive. A dozen men are lined up on the street, forced to their knees. Oh god, he's not going to, like, execute them, is he? The Mafia men surround them, with one man stepping up and pointing a pistol to one of their heads. Oh, boy. Everything falls quiet below. You strain to listen, having a hard time discerning the words over the wind and the general noise of the city at night. City, shush! We're trying to eavesdrop! Traitor could get away! Traitor? Who's the traitor? The man with the gun is angry and shoving it into their faces. Underground! Who else? Fight the deathless beast! Lost shipment! You're the shipment now. The deathless beast? He said underground. Is he talking about, like, the underground, like, the mafia type of situation underground? Or is he talking about the literal underground? Also, who's the deathless beast? What on the earth is the deathless beast? Well, first I have to worry about Dr. Rose. Now I have to worry about this deathless beast. What on the earth is a deathless beast? Wait, deathless means it can't die. Oh, well, that's concerning. Is it a monster? Yeah, surely it's a monster, right? Why else would you call it deathless? Is that like a reference to a skeleton? The last remark causes a reaction. One of the men on the ground bolts up and tries to make a break for it. Oh, because they're going to take them and replace the lost shipment, so... Oh god. No, don't run! He's got a gun! This is how you're gonna die! Oh, and he's shot in the back of his head. Well, the only solace here is the fact that he died instantly. He falls to the ground dead in his PJs. Load him up! Shouts the man with the gun. There are whimpers and cries in the apartment across from you. You raise your pink gaze and see mothers, fathers, wives and daughters weeping from the windows. The mafiosos load up the 11 men they rounded up into the back of a black van. The van drives away with another car, and the rest now start to clean up. The police will never come. No one will ever come. Not in this city, not in this area, not for you. You move away from your window. You wrap yourself in your blanket, and you hug yourself tightly. Your clues have been updated. You wish Lawrence was here. I don't know what Lawrence would have been able to do. The Deathless Beast, what is this? What do you know? It's a phrase you heard sparingly in hushed whispers between patrons at the Bat Swarm. People treat it like a boogeyman, always quick to shut up if someone brings it up. From what you've gathered, it seems like it's the Mafia's top hitman. The Mafia's top hitman? Yeah, but who is like the tippy top of the Mafia, though? You know what I mean? So it's supposed to be like... Okay. Did the Deathless Beast kill my brother? Or was it Dr. Rose? Or was it the Sussy Ramirez? You wish Lawrence was here. Oh wow, we went from like a terrible thing to suddenly happy music. Let everything go away. Forget about your worries, the blood, the death, the gore. It's fine. Have a happy thought within this moment. Let peace into your soul. So, you're freaking weird. Now's not the time for this. It's always the time for a Lawrence moment. I definitely need a Lawrence teddy bear at this rate. Lawrence makes a tired noise when he comes home. You look up from the floor where you sat. You were working on your homework. Ugh. Your textbook sprawled out beside you, and your worksheets on your right. You smile when you see your brother. Why are you on the floor, Frisk? Lawrence? Stop calling me that. I have another name. Starlight. Use it. Please. For love. No, wait. What did I choose in this one? It was Princess. Use it. Use anything else. Just please, for the love of God, stop calling me Frisk. Before I murder you in your... Wait, I can't murder him. He's not here. Never mind. I will... If you're still alive, I will kill you personally. But if you're dead, I will find some way to kill your spirit. I won't really kill him. But you know... Siblings, what can I say? Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Lawrence asks when he notices you. He tags off his tie and runs his fingers through his white hair. You gesture to the kitchen table that he left in a mess. It's covered in case boxes, if you hadn't forgotten. Oh, cookies. Sorry, Princess, he laughs, a sheepish look on his face. Golly, I was looking for those boxes at work too. The fact that he keeps saying golly really bothers me. Did he pick it up from someone in particular, or has he always said golly throughout, like, childhood? Because golly is something I associate with the Dromea family. You know, and I can't help it. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's not a clue. Maybe it's just me wanting to throw shade at the Dromeas again. Probably. He comes to sit on the floor beside you. What are you working on? He asks. You show him your math homework. Math, huh? He asks. You know, I always hoped I'd never have to use math at work. You frown your brows. Do detectives need to use math? Thankfully, not often, he says cheerfully, but the transport department do all the time. Every time there's an accident, they gotta measure all sorts of stuff and calculate awful stuff. You giggle. Lawrence places a kiss on top of your head. Better them than me, right? How are you liking it? I absolutely hate it with a burning passion. Can I please throw it into the fire? Can I see? He asks. You hand him your worksheet in hope that he will do the small thing, aka do your homework for you, and then you can just say, yes, I totally did it. I did not get my brother to do it. Lawrence squints at it. I don't understand any of this. You tell me you do? You laugh as if you do. If he can't understand, obviously I can't. Got sounds I need you to do my math work for me. No, I can't go doing that for you. I can do pretty much anything else except your homework. Oh, come on, you said you'd do anything. Yeah, except your math. Dang it! Lawrence sets your worksheet down and picks up another one you were working at. He whistles. You're ready to finish this one? Look at you go for it. He rubs your back. It's getting closer to the end of the semester, ain't it? Got exams coming soon? In a couple of weeks. Golly! I swear, stop saying golly. It's a freaking flowery thing. He says, where's the time gone? How's about you finish your exam? We hit the movies. Nice little treat to end the semester on. You giggle. You'd love to. Would he have time for it, though? You both look over at the cases. On that, I'll stacked on the kitchen table that he still has yet to freaking move. Lawrence pursed his lips. I love my job, but you know what I love more? What? He pokes your nose. You. I only got one Frisk. You poke his nose. You only got one Lawrence unless you replace him with a teddy bear. He's dead, isn't he? I'm stating right now, I honestly think Lawrence is dead. I really think Lawrence is dead. You know, as I was sitting here yesterday contemplating what probably happened to Lawrence, I have I'm gonna say another theory I have. Lawrence might be a soul at this point. Like an actual soul. I don't know. Possibly. I get this feeling that Lawrence has died. And he's either possibly a soul. Because we're dealing with the underground here, and we know that they collected souls for the burial and stuff like that. And I'm kind of concerned with the idea of him, somebody's experimenting with souls and stuff, and they've taken his. And he's dead. That's just one possibility. The other, he got murdered by Dr. Rose. And now there's this deathless beast as well, so maybe he got murdered by that one. I don't know. Put out your list of suspects. I have a giant list to go through. I should just go up to them all did you do this? Did you do this? Which one of you has got my brother? Can you at least give me back his body so I may bury him? Or if he's alive, I really hope he is alive, but I really do not hold out hope that he is alive. I want to, but I really don't feel like he is. At all. I have this gut-wrenching feeling that he's dead. and I can't shake it. You've only got one Lawrence. That's right, so you better love me, he teasingly warns you while wagging his finger. You know what happens to baby sisters who don't love their big brothers. You shake your head. They get tickled! Lawrence immediately goes for your side. You scream and scramble to escape. Your eyes burn when you open them. You wipe them with the back of your hand. You look over the clock. 6:17 a.m. You throw off your blankets and move them over to the bed. You immediately make your bed. Once you made your bed, you take a look at that lovely new bullet hole in your lovely dead pillow. Poor pillow. Pillow's like, goodbye, remember me. It went through your pillow and into the wall behind. An odd angle. It must have been shot from the 7th or 8th floor across from you. You check around your apartment and you don't see any more bullets, no holes in your apartment. Thankfully, because you opened your window last night. The only damage is to your pillow and the wall behind it. Ugh. Hold on, I need to check something. My theory. Okay, I can't check it yet. We will soon. We have to go see Daisy. I got a bad feeling that Lawrence... I hope I'm wrong. I hate this because now we're actually covering all of these things. My brain is like racing over and over again with all these different things. You know what? I'm just going to continue reading, and then at the chapter end, I will go over and look through the clues we gathered for this chapter, okay? How about that? That way my brain can stop trying to do everything at once. This is the problem with me having my mental condition. I want to do everything at once. Oh, I get easily distracted. I hate it. You check your apartment. You do not see any holes in your apartment, thankfully, because you opened your window last night. The only damage is to your pillow and the wall behind it. Guess it's time for a new pillow. You rub your face. You move away from your bed. I love my job, but you know what I love more? You let out a long breath. I only got one. You turn back to your bed. You get on your knees and you reach under it. You pull out a box. It's an ordinary box. At least it's not a box with a Robert in it. Or Roger. Roger. Oh God. Then again, how many other heads have been in boxes? Standard issue at any police department. Why am I allowed to keep these, by the way? It's worn down from being carried and moved around over the years. You lift the lid off. Inside the box are a handful of folders, a notebook and an old detective idea. This belonged to Lawrence. It is the last case he was working on before he disappeared. You reach inside and pull out the folder. It's a shame you cannot read any of it. You know what'd be nice? If my freaking character would open this thing and I could see, and then I could tell you whether or not it's chicken scratches from his terrible writing, handsy language, or some other malarkey. For reasons not yet known to you, your brother encoded everything. Even his partner Robert was not able to decode this. Poor Robert, in moments of silence for that dummy as well. Why? What was he looking into that required such extra security, and why did that dummy not think to leave a key behind? Or some kind of extra security so you and Robert could decode it? Because he probably didn't want you to get involved or get hurt. He knew that if anything was to happen to him, that would be it. He knew whatever he was getting into was going to get him killed. And he didn't want it to come back to you, or for you to get in the same situation he did, because he knows how determined you are, that you would go and be nosy. Why didn't he prepare for his possible capture if he would go so far to encode it? Why didn't he think that far ahead? Why? You drop the folder into the box and shove it under the bed. Doesn't matter anymore. He did what he did, and now you'll do what you need to do. You start off the morning with a bitter taste in your mouth. You drink your chocolate milk and then head out to go on your morning run. You ignore the blood stain on the sidewalk and the broken window. It all washes away in the next rain. You hear a sob. You stop. Why did you stop? You can't do anything. You anxiously rub your hand. You turn away and you look to see an old man sobbing over the stain in the street. It's where the man was shot in the back of the head when he tried to run. Others passed you by. They ignore him. Okay, so I'm gonna save by here for a second. Well, let's kneel on the ground with him. You can't do anything. You stop walking. You can't. They put his head in a box. You can't. His face is contorted into a final look of horror. You can't. What did you see, Robert? Walk away. Walk away. Why am I a detective? That's easy. It's the best way to help people. Don't do this stuff. Don't get involved. It's common sense to help someone in need. Being a detective lets me help the most people. Cookies! Well, without being as smart like a doc. You kneel beside him. You place your hand on his back. This is the city. Someone might be having an awful, horrible, traumatic experience, but in that same night, someone else is having the best time of their lives. In the city, it's a constant truth. This morning, this man is having his worst morning. Watching it was horrible for you. And you didn't even know the young man. You stay beside him as he weeps, unaware of your presence for a long time. The city goes on, unchanging, despite the horror. Eventually, his sobs die down to hiccups as he notices you. He wipes at his pale face, wispy grey hair blowing in the wind. You offer him a handkerchief. He accepts and rubs his eyes with it. Thank you, he croaks. You murmur a response. His blue eyes move to stare at the stain. Why? Why indeed? You look at the sky and wonder the same question. We paid our fee, he mumbles. My son didn't deserve. He chokes back a sob and buries his wrinkled face in his hands. To be fair, your son did run. So, yeah, it makes sense. They wouldn't have shot him had he not run in that situation. So, it's unfortunate, but the only solace in all this is the fact that he didn't feel any pain. So, that's the only comfort I can give this old man. The protection fee is only a scam. They say it to keep you safe from the other gangs, but the only gangs that would raid an apartment have an alliance together. The Vi and the Birch family don't go after each other, and they haven't for years. That's until a certain someone comes along and ruins it all, huh? I don't know what you mean. I am not up to anything. Sure you ain't. There are small gangs in the city, but none would encroach on their territory. Even if there was a raid by another gang, your neighborhood is too poor to be considered worth the effort to retaliate. The protection fee is useless, just a way to squeeze money out of the already desperate. You rub your hands. That being said, you look around at the destruction. You haven't seen such a wide-scale assault in years. When they come by to rough someone up, it's usually only a few guys, and it's over within minutes. But you saw many of them. What were they after? What was so important they had to hurt so many people? You put your arms around the man. He turns into you and starts to cry into your shoulder. You don't get to your morning run for another hour. The park has a dewy smell to it when you enter. Birds are gathered around the pond, quietly squawking at one another. A wind blows through and ruffles the leaves in the trees. It's empty, quiet, peaceful. You breathe in the fresh air. The morning pup behind you. You start your warm-up jog. You circle halfway through the park when you spot a familiar monster. Is that Roltsy? What's he doing here? Surely not getting lost for like the umpteenth time. Roltsy is sitting on the park bench. He scrunches up a cup of coffee in his hand. As if sensing your presence, he turns his head and looks right at you. Yeah, he does, because he can sense my soul, right? That's pretty much it. He beams. Twinkle! Yes, Roltsy, you are never going to be able to say that little thing ever again with me around. You smile back. He stands up from the park bench and tosses the coffee cup into the nearby bin. Well done for recycling. Good morning. You approach him and return the greeting. You're surprised to see him here. Me too, he says, his brow frowning. He looks embarrassed. I might have gone lost again. The look you give him makes him quick to explain. I normally go everywhere with my sibling, he hurries to say. I guess I never paid attention to where we go, though. Or how we get there. He scratches the back of his head. I was actually looking for you this morning. I managed to get to the area where we first met. But then got lost. What for? I wanted to thank you for your kindness last night. You don't think you did anything to warrant that extra thanks? Then maybe I just like you, he says with a shrug. There's something about you. I think we could be great friends, so long as we just stay as friends. Please and thank you. I would rather not get murdered, put in a situation that may result in me possibly ending up in somewhere dark, sludgy. Creepy. Anyway. Friends, he repeats. He scratches the back of his head. That's not too forward, is it? You shake your head with a smile. Friends, that's a rare title for you. Your soul doesn't react to his presence. You don't think he's a threat. Sorry that he's been very nice. Outside of your co-workers, you find it difficult to think of anyone who's simply been nice to you for the sake of being nice. To you. Daisy might be the only one that comes to mind, but you can't call her a friend. Why can't we call Daisy a friend? Hashtag justice for Daisy. Hashtag Daisy can be friends too. Hashtag Daisy's all friends. Hashtag friends with flowers. Minus Flowey. From any other universe that has a hostile version. That's a very long tag. Wonderful, he says. How about we go for ice cream this weekend then? When's the last time you spent time with a friend? You can't remember. Not since coming to this city for certain. What time? Around noon, okay? Do you know Malle's Sunrise? You nod. It's an upscale dessert shop in the upper side town. I'll make sure to follow a map so I won't get lost, he says. Meet you there. You happily agree. Please, you don't have to work that day either. You finish your run and go back home. Well, I do want to go to the flower shop because I want to get information on Dr. Rose. You head down to the flower shop, but the front door is propped open today. As you enter, Daisy greets you. Good day, Twinkle. You return the greeting. She leans against the front counter, and her wrinkles smile softens. I heard there was a scuffle in your area last night. You okay? It's nothing new. She glances away and out the door. I sell more flowers for funerals than anything else in this city. That doesn't surprise him. That's so sad, the thought that that's a common occurrence. She looks back at you and her face creases with concern. Do your best to make sure that I don't sell any for yours. You promise. Good child. Come to the back. I've got a fresh shipment of yellow rose. Pass, 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 pass. I don't want them. I don't need them. I don't need them in my life. Keep them away from me. No. No. I've already got a lovely bunch outside the apartment. I don't need to. I don't want to. No, thank you. She says, it's not often I get to order them without the police sniffing around. Why would the police care? You read MTT? She asked you as the two of you moved to the back room. MTT is a major media corporation. They own the biggest newspaper in the city. Their owner, Metaton, is a widely popular radio host. You hadn't had much opportunity to listen to him, as his hours are the same as when you work, and the boss doesn't like the radio. You do like to read the newspaper, but unfortunately the paper boys stopped coming to your neighborhood last week. There aren't any newspaper stands on your way to work. Oh, she goes, do you remember a couple of years ago there were deaths? There was always deaths in the city. She needs to be more specific. No. Not like gang deaths, bad deaths, awful deaths, she said. Daisy hesitates. Her eyes flicker to the front door as if expecting the so-called Dr. Rose to be listening in. As if checking to see if anyone was about to enter. The Dr. Rose deaths. At once you are reminded of City 2 years ago. A lot of stuff happened in this city, didn't it, in an equivalent of 5 years? My God. Scarcely a year after you were left alone in the city, a serial killer emerged. Wow, really? A year after I lose my freaking brother, a serial killer shows up. I wonder if my brother was the first on his step, / her step, / their step, on becoming a serial killer. It all began with a curious murder. A young woman left naked on the street, her heart carefully removed. See, her heart carefully removed. Do you mean like the organ? Or like it's carved, aka where the soul would be? Or do you mean like the literal heart? Is it like... Are they like organ? Oh, what is it? Illegal organ donor? Not an organ donors. What is the name of this? This is like illegal organ things. That happen where they kidnap people and they harvest them for their organs and then sell them illegally. I can't remember what the name of it is. Ugh. You think I remember? I watched Busted this morning on Netflix, the Korean detective show. Ugh. By the way, if you haven't seen that, I highly recommend it. It's really good. I really like that series. I love the flower killer in that one. Kid, I don't like Dr. Rose in this, who's also a flower killer. Wait a minute. No, there's probably no connection, surely. Moving on. A young woman, she was a pretty singer. Well known enough that her name was a headline in the paper. It was a horrible murder. The city raged and they wanted to catch the killer. Blooming yellow flower roses were stuffed inside. Okay. Then another body turned up a week later. This one of a young man, another well-known name. He was an actor at the city theatre in a starring role, and the public was stunned. You see, I really think that possibly... But the thing is, Frisk was already... / our main character here, me. Moved in, and a year later, I have yellow roses, like, literally outside my window. There's another body turned up a week later. Okay, yeah. After another week, a third body. This time wasn't always consistent. A week, a month, a day, but the bodies kept getting piled up. The first monster death happened a year in. The dust was swept into the shape of a monster. The Dremere family officially invited and hired several well-known detectives. In the shape of the monster. Somebody actually meticulously pushed the dust to look like the monster, because obviously when monsters get dusted, they turn into a pile of dust. They don't actually have like a shape. That is so freaking morbid. An intense game of cat and mouse started as one by one the detectives were removed. The yellow roses were stuffed down their throats and eyes, angry gashes and slashes across their chests and abdomen. Things were so tense in the city, even the gangs stopped prowling the streets at night. You remember a handful of nights where your soul warned you against even stepping outside. 2 years ago, it abruptly stopped. That is so suspicious, though. That 2 years ago, it suddenly stopped. Why would it suddenly stop? You tell Daisy you remember. However, the doctor's gone, aren't they? Daisy sighs. They found another body earlier this week. Heart gone and yellow roses in the place. The police came by yesterday evening to ask if anyone has bought any yellow roses from me. But of course, they could just go to my apartment. No. 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 My mind went to, it can't be Wingerdings. Because, I mean, Wingerdings got shadows. He could get in and out of my apartment at any point and get roses that way. Nah, I'm not going to go and accuse him. Surely it's not going to be one of the monsters. Pfft, nah, it's probably one of the Dremeres. Wait, but they hired them. Still, it could be them. Maybe they did a cover up. They're sus. Where was I? Oh, yes, my mind was going places. This is the problem with me. Anyway, of course, no, of course not. Someone like that isn't going to let some flower shop owner lead to their arrest by ordering a bunch of yellow roses. You point out it could be a copycat killer. Yeah, it could be. Daisy's expression becomes pinched. Anything's better than them actually coming back, right? She pulls a basket of yellow roses, still in the soil. She smiles at you with them. Such a bright flower, to think someone could use them for such evil. Oh, it infatuates me. I'm about to sneeze. Oh, bless me. Okay. You rub your hands, wondering what this can mean for you and the city. Oh, goodness help me. I got some bright things too, she says. Want to see? You let Daisy show off the new flowers she brought in. Your mind's still chewing over the news. Is Dr. Rose back? Your clues have been updated, so you still have time to do one more thing. I'm gonna save. But I also want to go check on clues. So we're going to go over here. Dr. Rose. Dr. Rose, notorious serial killer. He targeted the city and its surrounding areas for 2 years. Okay. The murders began this a year after you came to the city, and then mysteriously stopped 2 years ago. Despite joint efforts, police and international detectives, the killer has not been caught. Don't always choose his young, attractive victims regardless of gender. Why the young ones? They remove the heart from the victim with near surgical precision. They replace the heart with blooming yellow roses. Okay. The deathless beasts. There can't be one and the same. Surely. My brother's dead. If my brother's not dead, I'll be amazed at the end of this if he's not dead. Oh my goodness. My brain. I need to write all this down, don't I? Okay. Looks like there be some weird shenanigans going on here, because when I went to go check the clues, when I came back to this screen, it loaded a different save right here. I have no clue why it suddenly swapped to that. When I technically had double options down there. What happened to my options? Why did it go like that? What was happening? There you go. I don't know what happened there. Alright, so now we're going to choose. Since you made enough money to cover the essentials, you decide to treat yourself. And I apologize if you hear anybody in the background. People are home today and it's warm, so. You have a favorite shop on the nicer side of town, on the city. It's about 35-ish minutes power walking there, but the journey and price are well worth the meal. It's not something you swing often, but when you can, you always have a perk in your step on the way. Today's no different. Despite the rough night, you are in a good mood as you head out to grab some comfort food. Your neighbor is on the less maintained side of the city. Crossing over to the nice district, there is a noticeable difference in how clean everything looks. The buildings rarely have cracks. When they do, they're fixed within a week. The sidewalks are even. There are numerous food and newspaper stands, and many more people freely walk the streets. When you arrive at your favorite shop, you're not surprised to see the line. Men in business suits and women in the stylish dress line up out the door. You take your place in line. There are a couple of women ahead of you gossiping. Went down to the station to bring him lunch, and you know what he said to me? A what? A what? Get out. No. Yeah, the woman said, nodding furiously. He said that jerk. He said that the station was no place for a woman of my standards. Of your standards? Or any woman? Her friend clicked her tongue disapprovingly. You know they fired the receptionist again. I know, she said with a roll of her eye. I don't understand them. If I didn't bring him lunch, he'd be a grump coming home. But if I bring him lunch, he gets upset. It's the same way with our receptionists. They want a pretty little face to look at and hire the first young off the street, then change their mind and drive her off. Her friend makes an annoyed noise. You think the police in the other cities are as bad, or is it just ours? Let's hope ours is the exception, she replies in a huff. So when I leave the station, can you guess who I run into? Don't tell me that reporter. The very same. What did he want this time? Asking about my husband and his workers. Of course, that monster's obsessed with the station. Talks a big game of some kind of conspiracy. Both women snort derisively at that. Conspiracy, scoffs her friend. Ain't it a requirement to be smart first? She laughs in response. You think honestly a conspiracy? What a nut. Oh, get this. Can you guess what this is about? The mafia? Her companion snarks. That's just common knowledge. No, it said it was about love. It's lowercase love. The two women laugh at that. You get your food without issue, absentmindedly thinking about the gossip. Clues have been added. It's time to head to work. You head out. You arrive at work 10 minutes before your shift starts, and as soon as you walk in, you notice a change in the air. There's a buzz of energy in the air. You look around curious, and you find a familiar vermilion gaze. It's the monster from last night, the one with the nice booming voice. Why does my character say nice booming voice? Like, she really likes Papyrus's voice. Most people find Papyrus too loud for them, but she's like, oh, he's got a lovely, nice voice. He sits in the far back, alone at a table with one drink at the table. He notices you. You smile politely and nod to him. He tips his hat to you. You feel a hand on your arm. You turn your head to Anna. She's already out of her uniform. She must be getting ready to leave, since her shift ends when you start. The bubbly mother whispers to you, I see you found our guest. You nod. Boss introduced him on the first shift, she says. Says to keep him well fed and watered, but ignore him outside of that. Oh, makes him sound like he's a plant, if I'm honest. That didn't mean much to you. You want a waitress. Just keep in mind if you get pulled to help the tables, she says. You nod and thank her for the heads up. Anna beams at you and pats your arm. Have a good evening, honey. You tell her to do the same and hope her kids are doing well. Well enough, she says and rolls her eyes. Jason broke a window playing baseball last night. You see a body hanging partially out of one window, a piece of window stuck straight through them. You swallow. What a thought to have in that moment. Woman, she's telling you about her freaking children doing stuff, and what do you think? When the bodies hit the floor, when the bodies hit the window. Anna leaves and you go back to the workroom. Back to the back room. You enter as you see Wendy hopping out of the changing room, clicking her tongue in annoyance. As soon as she sees you, she beams. Twinkle, help, please, this stupid zipper. She turns around and you see a part of her black hair stuck in the zipper of her white work dress. You move over and immediately help untangle it. She sucks in sharply when you have to tug on a part of it. You quickly apologize to her, but she waves it off. You take her a couple of minutes, but you do free her hair from the back zipper. She sighs with relief and runs her fingers through her hair. Thanks, Twinkle. She quickly starts to pull her hair up into a ponytail. You offer to finish the zipper. Zipping her up. Please, she says, and you do. The work uniform at the Blackstone are sturdy, but sometimes the zippers can be tricky. All waitresses wear a long-sleeved short white dress with a black vest and a short black apron around the waist and black high heels. The waitresses wear a long-sleeved white dress shirt, black vest, black pants, and short black... Oh, sorry, waiters. Around the waist with black dress flats. Both waiters and waitresses must wear a black bow tie. The boss provided a complete uniform every 6 months working here, and if your uniform is damaged on the job, he'll pay to have it repaired and cleaned. Your uniform as a singer is a shimmery white dress. On Friday's night... I could have sworn the dress was another colour in Sansa's, but it could have been a shimmery white dress in that one, but for some reason I feel like it was different. On Friday night, the busiest nights, you have to wear a red one. Oh, that's why. So it's red and white. You do have the waitress uniform, so you can take extra shifts when money is tight, but you prefer your stage dress. It's much easier to change into, and you don't have to worry about your bow tie getting crooked. You notice the monster? She asks you as you move to the changing room. She waits outside it while you change. You did. Kind of strange, she says. He looks strong. There aren't any regulars that are high-ranked enough to afford someone like him, right? You can't think of anyone. So who's he waiting for? Why does she think he's waiting for someone? Why else would he be here? She chuckles. Maybe he's got a date. This place can get romantic in the evening. Maybe he's here for the freaking chef. You know, it's not always about love. Sometimes it's just about the cooks. Hashtag justice for chefs. Chefs need to get the acknowledgement too. But also, it's because he's kind of sussing us out to see if we're, like, doing our jobs. She taps on the changing room door. You should sing a love song tonight. Bet he'll tip you well if you put his date in the right mood. I bet he'd tip us well if we do a song about food and how to cook and stuff. There's something to think about, at least. She smiles. Well, sing what you want. Whatever you sing will be nice. Good luck tonight, Twinkle. You tell her to do the same, and the two of you head out to work. Exiting the back room, you feel Wendy brush past you. Her hands are gentle as she kindly pats your back and heads to her section. You can't resist looking over at the skeleton monster in the back. As soon as you do, he also lifts his head. You two meet each other's eyes again. It's uncanny how it keeps happening. You decide to head over to him to properly introduce yourself. Hello, he says. Hello. What is your name? He asks. You answer. I am the magnificent Papyrus Gaster, he says. It is a pleasure to meet you. You said it's a pleasure to meet him too. Have you worked here for long? 4 years. Do you like it? You love your job. I see, he says. I look forward to seeing you work. Does he intend to watch you? I intend to watch everyone, he says. I like to be informed before I make any decisions. Decisions? Do not worry, human. You will understand soon enough. Oh, yes, I will. I will indeed, won't I? Oh, okay then. You wish him a nice night. He smiles at you. You as well, Miss Twinkle. I'll let him call me Miss, and that's about it. And off to work you go. Work goes off without issue, although it was far too busy for you to take a meal break, and at the end of it, the boss had a hot meal prepped for you to take home. You happily take your dinner home to go. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Wait, is this where I bump into Gaster? Oh, no. The streets are empty outside. Is it Gaster I bump into, or is it Rotzi again? I don't know. No, it has to be Gaster because Rolte doesn't make my chest go tingly-wingly woo. The streets are empty outside your apartment. You speed up when you see the front door of the building. And just get inside and eat. There's a warm tingle in your chest. You look around and you don't see anyone. You grip your dinner with one hand tighter and quickly head to the front door. As soon as you grab the handle, you feel it again. There's a warm tingle in your chest. You open the door, concerned the danger is inside. There is someone there. They are tall. You don't see their head or face immediately. Inside you see a button-up black shirt tucked neatly into a black suit pants. There's an expensive-looking black coat draped over the owner's shoulder. You see black hands clenched on either side, and there in his pocket is a beautiful blue daffodil. There's a warm tingle in your chest, and you slowly raise your gaze up. He's a handsome skeleton monster, emphasize on the handsome, with a bony white face and a spiky mouth. There's a crack going down his right eye socket to his mouth, and another crack from his left socket across the top of his head. Two beautiful violet-red eye lights stare coldly down at you. The fact they're staring coldly at me, he's like, A shiver of fear slides down your spine. In the same moment, heat surges from within. Why do all of them have that effect on you? Why do you always get bound around them? My God, character, control yourself. You cannot tear your gaze away from him. He looks you up and down. Oh, fuck, he says, a displeased expression on his face. He takes you a quick second to realise he's unhappy because of you. More like he's unhappy over the simple fact you can see him. You're not supposed to be able to actually see him, but you can. He wasn't supposed to be caught. For some reason, you feel hurt by this, and you frown. You have awful timing, is all he says in response to your reaction as he disappears into shadows. What? Who is he? You swallow, placing a hand over your chest. This is new. You're thinking of the man, and at once, cold heat wraps around you. There's a warm tingle in your chest. Your soul can't really be drawn to someone so dangerous. Of course I can. He's totally freaking hot. Did you see him? Oh, I love a man with hands and tentacles. Oh, shut up, soul. What? The void, take me now. Smack. Ow, don't abuse your soul. You'll hurt yourself. Oh, no, don't be that mean to your soul. Your soul is just being honest with me. I'm already regretting allowing this route to go ahead. Oh, come now. I'm having fun. Of course you are. Moving on? No, surely not. You march up the stairs. Your thoughts circle back to the man you encountered. There's a warm tingle in your chest. Cookies! Your dinner's cold by the time you feel calm enough to eat. It's delicious. The boss knows how to make great food. Once you've eaten, you do your nightly routine. You wash your face, brush your teeth, change into your short nightdress again. Probably should have chose something longer. And stretch. You're reminded of the man from before and shiver. There's a knock at your door. It's rather late for a visitor. You open the door. It's the man from this morning, and he looks disheveled. His skin paler than bone. He's now in ragged suit, patched on the elbows and chalk stains under the collar. His eyes are swollen. Hello, miss. He greets you with a wan smile. I wanted to return this before I forget. He holds out your handkerchief. You accept it. It looks like he cleaned it before giving it back to you. You hesitate for a second before you open your door wider. You offer him a cup of chocolate milk. He smiles tired but grateful. Yes, thank you. I'm sorry for coming by so late. I asked your first-floor neighbour to let me know when you came home. I wasn't sure when you worked and... It's fine, you reassured the elder young man. He steps into your apartment, pale eyes looking around. You help him to your kitchen table and he mumbles another thank you. You prepared 2 mugs of chocolate milk. You were the one who stopped, he says quietly. You don't know how to respond to that, and you quietly hand him a mug. It's what this city has become, he says. Well, the mafia turned it into. You don't disagree. You've only been in the city for 5 years, but last night speaks for itself. He smiles mirthfully and adjusts his glasses. I'm William Scott, by the way. He holds out a hand to you, and you accept and introduce yourself. You've got a good heart, child, he says. You shouldn't stay in the city, not unless you want something like last night to happen to you. Yeah, the fact that it is so close to our apartment. Like, geez. You smile thinly. Speaking of last night, you ask him if he knows what caused the incident. I'm not sure, he says. It's all so blurry. He looks out your kitchen window and stares at your yellow roses. Why is he staring at those? Why is he staring at them? It's something about a shipment. Someone in the building stole it or destroyed it. They were shouting about it. Destroyed it? Destroyed what? A shipment? You think you heard that word and you're the shipment now. Destroyed it. But if they destroyed it, that would have meant they would have killed the humans. If it was humans, was it the souls? Is it something else? Boy, this is getting dodgy. You purged your list. They kidnapped people and said they were the shipment. From what you can infer, the original shipment was likely people as well. Yeah, but what do they want with them? Do they just want them? And they were only men. That's like the weird thing. They were only men that they took. You hadn't heard the Vi family was in on human trafficking, but given they're the mafia, it doesn't surprise you. Your clues are updated. Scum! Stars know what'll happen to those poor lads, he whispers. He looks up at you with glassy, sad eyes. Thank you for your kindness, miss. I mean, to be fair, at least his son won't be one of them, so that's like a small semblance of, good thing. You could at least bury him. You smile at him. It's common sense to help people. He laughs. It almost sounds like a cry. If only there were more souls like yours in the world. You reach over and pat his wrinkled hand. You ask if he needs any more help. Thank you. I can't think of anything. I have funeral arrangements to make first, he whispers. But thank you. Really, thank you. You pour him another drink. You ask him to tell you about his son. His face lights up and his smile becomes warmer. He talks. You listen. You do not go to bed until very late, and when you do, you have a familiar dream. You squint at what you've done. Your nails are covered in pink nail polish. It's a sloppy first attempt. You have much on your fingers as you do your nails, and you feel a keen sense of embarrassment. Having your nails be painted has become a popular thing to do. You fell in love with the idea right away. The colour looks so pretty. The girls at school have pristine nails, and a lot of them get it done professionally. Something you cannot afford, and you feel ashamed to ask Lawrence to spend money on. The only option is to do it yourself. One of your classmates wanted to get rid of her polish so her mother could buy her more, ungrateful little brat. I'm saying, she literally wants to get rid of polish that is perfectly good to use, just so that her mum can buy more of them. You already got some, you don't need any more. Use it until there's nothing left. Don't be wasteful. I'm just saying. She offered up her collection to the girls in the homeroom. You grabbed a handful yourself. Your favourite are the ones in the pink, the one in the purple, and the one in scarlet red, vine red, vermilion. Why not? Vermilion! Vermilion is the theme. All the boys have vermilion eyes. You shift in your seat at the kitchen table, sullied from your attempts. You didn't expect perfection right away, but you also didn't expect such a horrible first attempt. This does not bode well for you. You can easily imagine the remarks you receive at school with such nails. Girls who come to school with crooked skirts, uneven socks or messy hair are relentlessly ridiculed for the entire day. Because bullying is a part of life. Lazy, messy, pathetic, unwanted, a shame to ladies everywhere. Disgraceful! Those are the mild insults. You have no intention of being on the receiving end of that. You perch your lips. The front door of the apartment opens up. You do not bother to turn around. Lawrence comes up from behind you and looks down. Whoa, you suck at drawing as a tyke. Glad to know it hasn't improved at all, says Lawrence with a great cheer. You make an annoyed noise. Thanks, Lawrence. Thank you for the boost in confidence. Lawrence laughs. Don't worry. You'll get better with practice. You look up at him, glaring that he even dared try to whisper that name to you. Oh, come on, princess, says Lawrence. You can practice on me tonight. Then once you feel better, you can have a go on yourself again, okay? You perk up. Would that be okay? Why not? He asks with a shrug. It's only paint. You hesitate and point out that none of the boys at school use nail polish. Ah, yes, I forgot how fragile my poor ego is as a man, Lawrence dryly remarks. To be taken down by paint. What's next? I have to burn my pink tie. It is my lucky tie. It was a white tie that got soaked in blood and someone washed it so poorly it's forever stained pink. It's my lucky tie, he repeats to himself. It wasn't my blood. You offered to use pink nail polish on him. Why not? He asks with a shrug. He pulls up a seat at the kitchen table. He pulls off his black work gloves, places his hands on the table. I leave myself in your very capable hands. You look down at your messy first attempt. You'll get there, he says encouragingly. I know you will. You offer him a small smile. How can he be so sure? Because, he says, you're you. I hate that saying. It's a sweet saying, but at the same time, how dare you? You're my darling baby sister who shines brighter than any star in the night. Your cheeks warm from the praise. Your smile widens a little more. That's Barry, he says with a smile on his face. Your smile's in a league all of its own, princess. Right up there with your heart. You keep being you, and you'll do fine. Apparently not fine enough, I still can't find him. With your brother's encouragement, you practice on him for the evening. It takes you some tries, but you do get it. That's it, he says. He leans over to kiss the top of your head. Good job, Twinkle. I'm proud of you. Why can't you just use Twinkle all the other times instead of calling me... Over nail polish? Over trying, he says. Over giving something new a shot, and even when it didn't work right away, do it again. Might seem like a small thing. Sure, but you did it. Don't undervalue that. You did it, and that's something to be proud of. I'm proud of you. All of a sudden, I'm imagining that song, One Small Thing from My Little Pony. My God, the memory is so sweet as it is sharp. Oh gosh, and that's the end of the chapter. Okay, well, I'm going to go and get this up. And now, just to wrap up the chapter, here is the bad ending. Enjoy. Or be terrified, whichever one works for you. You duck your head and walk away. You can't do anything. You can't. They put his head in a box. You can't. His face is contorted into a final look of horror. You can't. What did you see, Robert? Keep walking. Keep walking. Why am I a detective? That's easy. It's the best way to help people. And get killed. You're almost around the corner. Almost there. You can make it. You can avoid it. It's common sense to help someone in need. Being a detective lets me help most people. Cookies. Well, without being smart like a dog. You're breaking the spring. No one to get involved. No way. The park has a dewy smell to it when you enter. Birds are gathered around the pond, quietly squawking at one another. A wind blows through and ruffles the leaves in the trees. It's empty, quiet, peaceful. You breathe in the fresh air. The morning put behind you. You finish your run and go home. You eat yogurt with fruit, take a hot shower and get dressed. You have some time before work. What should you do? Let's see. Spend time doing your hobby. You enjoyed paying for that. You still have time to do one more thing. We're gonna go to the shop. So what happened at this point is I went to go see Daisy, then I went to the Black Swan. After going to the Black Swan, I saw Papyrus. After Papyrus, I, of course, stayed to do my job. I didn't have a meal during the day, so the boss made me a meal, which I then proceeded to take home with me, and that's where we are right now. We're about to head home, and me hopefully eat my meal without any incidents. That would be great. You head back home. The streets are empty outside your apartment. You speed up when you first see the front door of the building, anxious to get inside and eat. There's a warm tingle in your chest. You look around. You don't see anyone. You grip your dinner with one hand tighter and quickly head to the front door. As soon as you grab the handle, you feel it again. There's a warm tingle in your chest. You open the door, concerned the danger is inside. There is someone there. They are tall. You do not see their head or face immediately. Instead, you see a buttoned-up black shirt tugged neatly into the black suit pants. There is an expensive-looking black coat draped over the owner's shoulder, and you see black gloved hands clenched on either side. There's a warm tingle in your chest, and you slowly rise up to meet his gaze. He's a handsome skeleton monster with a bone and white face and a spiky mouth. There's a crack going down his right eye socket in his mouth, another crack from his left eye socket across the top of his head. Two beautiful violet-red eyes. Violet-red eyelights stare coldly back at you. You shiver of fear slides down your spine. In the same moment, heat surges from within. What is up with that and the skeletons? They always make you all hot and bothered. Hey! Quick, I need my freaking water again. My god, can they not when they're scaring the poop out of me? He looks you up and down. Fuck, he says. A displeased expression on his face. Takes a second to realise he's unhappy because of you. For some reason you feel hurt by this. You frown. You have awful timing. Oh, I'm sorry. Is all he says in response to your action as he disappears in the shadow. What? You swallow, placing a hand for your chest. This is new. You think of the man, and at once, cold heat wraps around you. There's a warm tingling in your chest. And you still can't really be drawn to someone so dangerous, can it? Yeah, you stole his freaking stupid, by the way. No, surely not. Surely not. You march up the stairs. Your thoughts circle back to the man you encountered, and there's a warm tingle in your chest. Cookies. The fact that it hasn't got away means he's watching. Your dinner is cold by the time you get in. It's still delicious. The boss knows how to make great food. Once you've eaten, you do your nightly routine. You wash your face, brush your teeth, change into your short nightdress, and stretch. You're reminded of the man from before and shiver. The lights suddenly go out, and you're instantly reminded of the nightmare. Oh, no. There's a warm tingle in your chest. Cookies! There's a warm tingle in your chest. Shivers crawl down you as cold fear rises into your heart. There's a tingle in your chest. You look around frantically searching for the source of the danger. There's a warm tingle in your chest. Where are you? Just show yourself, enough with the tingly wingies. A gasp escapes you as you start to sink into the cold sludge. What? Is it because I caught you? I'm sorry. You look down and tendrils of shadows jump up. Away are their tendrils. And wrap around you. The shadow wraps around your eyes and mouth. Oh, well, that's not fair. You came at the worst time, dearest. Murmurs a voice in your ear. You feel a body press into you from behind. There's a warm tingle in your chest. The voice sends shivers down you, equally frigid and lava hot. An arm wraps around you from behind. A cold hand presses into your stomach. Another hand comes across your chest and grips your chin. Why are you gripping me? He forces you to tilt your head to the side. You feel a face press into your neck. Such a pity, he murmurs into you. There's a warm tingle in your chest. You try to speak, try to move. You sink more into the shadows with each attempt. I'm sorry I caught you. Don't worry, dear, he says. I'll take care of you when you're out. What do you mean when I'm out? What is that supposed to mean? Does that mean like after I wake up? What exactly do you mean? What is happening? I have a bad feeling about this. I need to focus on work first, though. You understand, don't you? Of course you do. You're you. Oh, I hate that saying. You'll forgive me. You don't have a choice. The voice purrs. You feel him chuckle from behind you. You are now up to your waist in the cold sludge. Excuse you, sir? 1 year. Maybe 5. Max. Wait, what? He says. He smiles into your neck. In my voyage, you'll only dream of me. Doesn't that sound nice? Wait! Hold the phone. Are you trying to tell me you're going to hold me hostage? You're going to hold me in here for 1 to 5 years? Excuse you? I don't care how busy you are. You can't do that. That's illegal. Then again, I am dealing with a monster, Don Wingedick. Who's going to question him? Oh, God! Papyrus! I need papyrus! You fiercely shake your head. You're adorable. Oh, why, thank you. Wait a minute. This is not the time to be giving me flattery. There's a warm tingle in your chest. You muster all your strength to fight the shadows that bind you. Struggling is useless, he says. Why bother? He sighs into you. You'll learn. I can teach you when I have time. For now, you feel something hot and wet drag across your neck. Is that your tongue? You taste as good as you smell, dearest. Oh my God! He just licked me. He lets you go and you are swallowed by the void. Gosh darn it! Be good when I let you out. Ending? Bad ending 1, trapped in the void. Okay. Okay. I will admit, though, though, a part of me is curious what does take place after, like, all those years when he finally lets you out. Is your character just only his... Dang it! That is so creepy. That's also so well done. But hey, you call me adorable. Look, I'm gonna look for any positive in this situation. At least I'm alive, and at least I can't get kidnapped by anybody else or killed, technically. I never have to worry about noisy neighbors, corpses, blood, you know, Dr. Rose, the Deathless Beast. I mean, sure, the void is voidless, and apparently I'm only gonna get thoughts of him in my head. He's literally conditioning me in here. Oh my. Oh, because I walked in on you when you were there. Are you kidding me? So in a sense, he's kind of doesn't want me to get into trouble. So he's locked me up in here. But, 1 to 5 years, and I don't have a choice. He expects me to listen like a little puppy. Are you freaking kidding me? Excuse you! How dare you! Okay, that just happened.